Hi, Cancer. Welcome to the next 48 hours. Okay. So, with this reading, Cancer, it's whatever comes out. It's a general reading, and this could be you or someone else of the energy. It could be who you're dealing with. Okay. So, just know this could be you or who you're dealing with in the next 48 hours of what's going to go on and what's going to happen. Okay. Of course, it's not going to resonate with all of you, but for more readings after this, please go ahead and check out my husband's tarot channel at Possess777. And I do offer same day personal readings. Everything you need to know is in the description box below. Thank you. Okay, Cancer. So, in the next 48 hours, whether this is you or who you're dealing with, someone here actually realizes something is over. And that's what makes them rageful, very unhappy, very negative. It's not ideal. And this is where they choose to be, of injustice, doing something illegally, doing something corrupt, very unbalanced, not fair, neutral, balanced at all, or even stall contracts or legal matters. Okay. This person's in a relationship. Okay. And I guess they're linking that with they're only in that relationship for the sake of success and recognition and looking good and status. After this, it's like they're in their relationship and then their success and recognition. And then it's like they end up being narcissistic or neurotic or cold or aggressive, having no hope, no faith, not being faithful and trustworthy. This is where they don't want to see the reality, the truth of something or make a decision, and they become more confused. And then it's like working on something they don't want to work, literally get a job, or they end up relying on their person, to make money. That's where I guess they get that equal give and take of an exchange. They end up feeling comfortable or telling themselves that they are. Really, they're unhappy, emotionally disconnected, sad, moody. And then either they use lust and sex to get their way, or they genuinely don't want to start any new beginnings in life. Okay, so looks like they end up just going to a party, an event, celebrating, hanging out with friends. Everything's fun and cool. They end up using their talents, tools, skills, or spiritual resources to manifest something. I don't know why they're doing it in a good energy. So they end up getting spooked and defensive and guarded and having to keep their walls up and keep a distance and set some boundaries because there's new love. So they're going to realize who they're in love with or wanting to do something that they love. The thing is this person's in a relationship. So in the next 48 hours, do they know they need to be single, or, is there someone else? Next to that new love energy is there's some passion, there's some chemistry, frustration, some like lust and excitement, and everything's great. Or they're just excited to do something in the next 48 hours. Like I said, whether this is you or who you're dealing with. But I see here, Cancer, that this is where they're actually devoted and committed to a path. They end up being devoted and committed to a path, a contract, a way of living, being. They end up intuitively knowing something or going to get spiritual guidance to figure something out. That's where they do their research and study to really train themselves or fight for what they believe in. They actually feel confident with that, whatever that is. And then I don't know what happened here. Then it gets stuck and stagnant. Nothing happens, no progression. And then there's a harsh choice of a reality of a decision in life they're going to have to face they don't want to face. That's where they realize how unfulfilled, unhappy, or ungrateful they are in the situation. Well, they end up realizing they do have romantic feelings for someone else here. And I think they end up approaching them in the next 48 hours. Or for some of you, it's they end up having fun doing, like, being in this energy, I guess, for the sake of their position, career path, money, wealth, status. They do end up wanting to like get up and step up and do something in their position, try to juggle and balance everything. And then here's the thing, Cancer, you're here and so are they. The two of you are right next to each other. Like I said, the energy that I'm reading, this could be all you, it could be all them. The two of you are sitting next to each other in the same manipulative, strategic, very cold, aggressive energy. So whether this is you or them, someone ends up being clear-minded, knowing what to do, running quickly to the other to message the other, talk to each other. And I think it's more so they become so aware. There's a fight, there's an argument, there's aggression, there's bullying, there's all sorts of shit going on. And this is when this person realizes they don't choose who they're with and they're confused and they don't want to choose anything of a path. Now they're freaking out, not knowing what the hell to do, investments and finances, and they can't figure nothing out. And this is where they choose to stay in this karmic cycle and not close the door. That's what I have for you. Thank you. Bye.